Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well and give you something to think about and talk about with friends, etc. So we'll give it a minute here, let everybody find me. I'm actually showing up at what is usually my typical time, but the last handful of days just was a little bit later than that. So being on time, we'll see who finds me first. Let's start with some breathing and some tapping just to ground ourselves, center ourselves in right here, right now, even though it's Monday and many of you might be off and running. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. Welcome. So let's get some tapping and some breath in our coffers for today. Pick your spot. This is always my favorite. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Welcome to whomever is here. Glad you're here. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Diane's here. Good morning. Good morning. Glad you're here. Both of you on Facebook so far. We'll see who else shows up. Oftentimes I get one or two YouTubers showing up. In through the nose, out through the mouth. So yesterday was lovely. Lovely, lovely. Diane and I went and sat at the park, and there were 8 deer. 8. And the squirrels were so bloody noisy. For such a little critter, they sure can make a lot of noise. So they're all bustling around. And then over behind us, all of a sudden, this whole bunch of deer descend. So we got to watch them for a while. That was fun. And today is supposed to be a beautiful day as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Actually, warmer than yesterday. We're heading in the right direction. My neighbor's crocus are up. They're little bright yellow ones, almost yellowy orange, very pretty. So spring has sprung, folks. Spring has sprung. And you may find that people are a little more chipper than they have been for a bit. I think toward the end of the week, we're supposed to get some of that 4-letter S word again, but it won't hang around long. It won't hang around long. So the first thing I want us to do today is I want us to do our invocation for divine right timing and divine right order. And divine right timing and divine right order are operating all the time, but we can get in the way. You did a little yard work and sat on your deck. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yes, I can see my hyacinths are up about this far, so hopefully they're hardy. Hopefully, whatever snow comes isn't going to bother them. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. Glad you're here. So, all the practical rebels starting to roll in. This is lovely. But let us start with our invocation for divine right timing and divine right order. What it means is we are opening ourselves to honoring that, receiving that, flowing with that instead of fighting it. Okay? So if you want to tap while you say them, feel free because that can kind of help drill it in a little more, right? So let's start with today the divine will show me the way. Repeat out loud. Today the divine will show me the way. I am open to all signs and messages. The perfect steps are already picked and I am guided to them. Can you see how that one's going to be helpful? If you're feeling flummoxed by something, I don't know what to do. Honoring that the perfect steps are already picked. It may not be quite time to take them, but they're already picked. The path is clear. The path is clear. And our final one, moving through the world open to constant help gets easier and easier with practice. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All Facebookers so far. We got 5 of you on here and you're all on Facebook. And it's funny because now we're starting to do the Facebook thing where my counter says 3 and I see 5 names. Whatever. So much for technology. I'll go back to embracing my human error instead. So we have a really cool reading for today. Really cool. And it's interesting because once I read the little section, it made my brain go, oh, okay, that's why these particular events have been happening. There have been things where I'm seeing people doing the comparison, comparing themselves to someone else and finding themselves coming up short. And have you ever noticed how what we tend to do is compare our weaknesses to someone else's strengths? Good morning, Abigail. Thank you for all the fun little pictures. I appreciate it. We don't compare our weaknesses to someone else's weaknesses or our strengths to someone else's strengths. We almost invariably default to something we're feeling bad about in ourselves and finding the people out there who do it well, are perfect at it, blah, blah, blah. And that's the person we compare to. Yeah. Even saying that, can you see how that's not a valid approach? It's just not. So, to rectify that situation, we have a chapter in Tosha, Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Take the Lead, Tosha Silver. And for those of you who have the book and like to follow along, this is at the beginning of chapter 15, the chapter being titled, But Be Who You Are Really. And this section on page 185, Why Bother Competing? Why bother competing? And there's two quotes, and we love it when there's two quotes. First one is Crystal Bowersox. We're all winners, you know. We're all winners, you know. And many of us have had certain trainings, whether that was school, whether that was sports, whether that was church, that made us feel less than a winner. Lord, I am not worthy to receive you, but only say the word and I shall be healed. So he doesn't say the word, and what happens then? Good morning, Mel. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. So we need a different perspective. We need a different mindset. And here is some grist for that particular mill. The second quote is by the beloved Lily Tomlin. I never wanted to be the best. I just wanted to be the best damn me. So we're looking to be our higher self. We're looking to be the best we can be. And we didn't all come with the same gifts. We have different gifts. Find your gifts and honor those. Yeah, but I want that one. As my friend Ann Carpenetto, God love her, would have said, you get what you get. And that doesn't mean that you can't seek out to be better at the things that maybe you don't have an innate gift for. If you love to sing and you can't carry a tune in a bucket, sing, people, sing. If you like swimming and dog paddle is your thing, go for it. I hate seeing when someone decides, well, I'm not going to be an Olympian at this, so even though I love it, I'm going to leave it behind. Why? Why? If it feeds your soul, do it. If it feeds your soul, do it. So here's what she has to say. Welcome to the others of you who are here. She says, weird. Maybe it's the Mercury retrograde. My inbox was filled all week with 3 different people pestering me to help their friends become spiritual author of the year in some insane online contest. I wrote back to say that there were so many things wrong with this idea, I barely knew where to begin. I mean, a spiritual book contest? Like those world yoga trials where people cram to do the most handstands or alternate nostril breaths in an hour. Talk about oxymorons. Yeah, that is kind of, I never even thought of that, but yeah, that is kind of weird. I remember one New Year's Day, my pals at Monkey Yoga in Oakland held an event. Whoever did the longest back bend got a stuffed monkey or a used ragged towel or something, but that was a joke. So when I got these emails, I thought, okay, I know we live in a culture where scarcity and competition are enshrined to the core. Can I get an amen? But wouldn't a bona fide spiritual book aspire a little higher than this? I mean, why be locked in the same old dog-eat-dog paradigm that has brought the world to the brink of extinction? Anyone? Yeah. And why even have a best? Would you really need a smackdown between the Bhagavad Gita and the Bible, or between the Ramayana and the Quran? Buy your tickets here, folks. After all, this view of life as one brawling fight with winners and losers is awfully confining. With God as your source, no one's good can ever take your own. And in fact, with the paradigm shift I'm suggesting, someone else's good becomes your good. Well, if they can do it, I can do it. If they can follow their path, I can follow my path. Let us walk our paths side by side for a while. If our paths veer off in different directions, I'll wave goodbye. We can all excel at being the best us, being the best us. Led here and grateful. Fabulous. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. So, she says, with some focused attention, you can tap into the divine flow at any point. What's meant to happen will eventually come. So, I want you to just close your eyes, not if you're driving, and take a breath and let it go and settle yourself into that flow. You don't have to dive in, you don't have to stalk the flow. You can just settle in. Settle in, open yourself to receiving. Keep that breath going. And absolutely, we need to be cheering each other on. That is one of the things I learned. Mary Kay as a life form, right? I learned so much from my time in Mary Kay. And I still dabble, but there was a time where I was very serious and was a director for a year. One of the things that was fabulous about Mary Kay was that cheering each other on. We applauded for everyone's success and we helped each other to success. They had what is called an adoptee program. So if I moved somewhere, she'd help me find a new director. My sales still benefited her, but everyone stepped up to help everybody else's people. It was a phenomenal idea. Phenomenal. There's so much to learn. If you write a particular book from a particular and pure vibration, everyone who needs to find it will, one way or another. No need to compete. And something I want to say about this, those of you who are independent practitioners of any kind, whether you're a yoga person, whether you're a massage therapist, whatever it is that you do, don't let anyone talk you into lowering your price. Well, if you lower your price, more people could come. There's a reason we set if you look at the things people offer and the prices they put on things, this is $111. They're picking that number for a reason, right? And it's a number that chimes for them. Mine often have eights in them because eight's my favorite number and it represents infinity. We have our things. We have our things. And there is no need to compete. There is no need to compete. This is where I also think that philosophy of this or something better comes in to support us. If, let's say, I've made a pitch to somebody and someone else has made a pitch to that somebody, and that somebody picks the other person's pitch, does that mean they're rejecting me? No, there's better alignment with that other person. And that opens me up again, this or something better. There's someone out there then that resonates better with what I have to offer, right? Same with dating, same with jobs, same with pretty much everything. If you get rejected, which is a dumb concept anyway, it's merely saying we don't have an alignment. Would I have really liked an alignment? Maybe, maybe. But if I come from that place of this or something better, I'll be able to bless them on their way, go down my path, and next. Who's next? So she says at the end, and anyway, can't one person's success actually bolster another's? Why the heck not? Why the heck not? So what if we started living like that? What if instead of being resentful of someone else's success, we began cheering them on? Yay, you, fabulous. This is so exciting. I'm hoping to follow in your footsteps, or I'm hoping to find my path that is comparable to the path that you are walking for yourself, but not that scarcity perspective that the more you have, the less is available to me. That's garbage, and that's what's gotten us in the mess we're in right now. Don't you think? That it's all about grabbing for resources that are perceived to be scarce. When what's so funny about that is we already have alternatives. We've moved way beyond the need for those kinds of resources. It's really, if it weren't so dire, it would really kind of be funny. It's pitiful, but it would kind of be funny. Like, what the heck, people? So, going back to the divine right timing and divine right order thing, do you have your own version of Tosha's calling in divine right timing and divine right order that you use for yourself? I like starting mine with the Jim Rohn philosophy. I'm so happy and grateful now that. And then I mention whatever it is that I'm seeing that I think would be a benefit to me as if it's already here, as if I already have it. That Jim Carrey thing of walking around, where was it, Beverly Hills, I think, saying, this is all mine. I just haven't accessed it yet. That's a philosophy. That's a philosophy to live by. That's a philosophy that fosters success and getting the things and the circumstances and the experiences that you want in your life. I'm so happy and grateful now that whatever it is, or whatever it is already selected. It's on its way to me in divine right timing and divine right order. I'm so happy and grateful to receive it. And then you live in that gratitude, right? If you see someone else who has something that you want, instead of being jealous of what they have, use them as a prototype. Well, they managed. If they managed to get what it is they want, I certainly can manage to get what I want, and then I can help other people get what they want. Or even better, I will help other people get what they want, and that will open the doors for me to get what I want. Take a breath. Let it go. And some of you are thinking, yeah, but I don't want much at this point. At this point in my life, I pretty much have everything I want. Yeah. Yes, the sharing, the sharing. I love that story. It was, I don't remember which African country it was, but there was a US photographer and journalist in this particular village. And they said to this whole group of little kids, whoever gets to this thing that was off at a distance first gets it. They win. Ready, set, go. All the little kids grabbed each other's hands and ran together to this thing, whatever it was, a ball, whatever, and shared it. Whole different philosophy. Whole different philosophy. What can we learn from those kids? What can we learn from those kids? So for today, I'd like you practicing this. I'd like you practicing the expansiveness of everything that I need or want is out there. It's available to me. I'm open to receiving it. I revel in other people's successes. I enjoy watching other people be successful, accomplish their goals, get to where they want to go, because that means that I can do the same. This or something better. This or something better. So have an awesome day. Oh, I wanted to remind you guys also, if you would like to receive these by email, just send me the word yes to Bonnie at empowermentandpurpose, all spelled out.com. Bonnie at empowermentandpurpose.com. Just send me the word yes, and I will send to your email box these videos. So have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.